holiday Christmas tag. I saw this video on my dear friend Mary Moods and Makeup's channel. I will go ahead and leave her channel linked below. But this tag was not originated from her. It was originated by one of her friends on YouTube, I believe. And her name is Rupi Minhas. And it says hashtag Lori FluffNoMo's video. So I will link that below if that is her YouTube channel. I didn't look up her YouTube channel before I filmed this. I'm just taking the questions right from Mary's description box. So I'm really excited to do this tag. And again, feel free to, I didn't say yet. Feel free to do this tag yourself. I want to get some type of holiday Christmas video up before Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have time to film a Christmas look this year. I was really hoping to film it on Christmas Eve. So let's go ahead and get into these tag questions. So there are 25 questions for obviously 25 days of Christmas. So number 1 is Fave Xmas song. I have a lot of favorite Xmas songs, but my absolute favorite Christmas song in general, like any version of it, is Oh Holy Night. Oh Holy Night has always been my favorite Christmas song. I don't know why. I just think it's just such a beautiful song, even though I am Jewish, and it talks about, Christ being born. I just think it's such a beautiful song. It's just always been one of my favorites. And then, of course, Mariah Carey's Christmas album is just the classic pop Christmas album. I feel like no one's been able to really be on the same level of her songs and her voice. Amazing. And she just came out with a new one that's a freaking jam too. But of course, All I Want for Christmas Is You is one of my favorites, and her version of Oh Holy Night is insanely amazing. And the other one called what is it called? It's the one she sings they're singing deck the halls. Let's just look it up on my Spotify real quick. So I made this whole Christmas playlist for Christmas Eve this year. Christmas Baby Please Come Home is one of my favorites too. So basically, I also really love Kelly Clarkson's version of Oh Holy Night. So those would be my favorite Christmas artists. Mariah Carey and Kelly Clarkson have always been my favorites. So yeah, I would say those songs are my ultimate favorites. I love You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch is one of my all-time favorites as well. Okay, number 2. What always puts you in the Xmas spirit? For me, honestly, obviously hearing all the Christmas music, sometimes it's a little bit overkill because it's enough already, when I'm at work. But then there's some songs that are classics that, Jingle Bell Rock, White Christmas, Blue Christmas, those you could listen to for forever and they never get old because they're just classics. But I would say the thing that gets me in the Christmas spirit the most is obviously snow. It didn't snow too often last year. I don't think we've had a white Christmas for a couple of years now. I think we did have one recently. I don't know if it was 2 years ago or something, but I know last year we didn't, and I'm not sure about the year before, but I know it was within the last 5 years we had at least one. We actually did just have a lot of snow this past week, on Tuesday or Wednesday, but we haven't really had a white Christmas in a couple of years. It was supposed to snow, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, but now it's turning into just rain, so because Christmas is on this coming Friday this year. So yeah, I would definitely say snow is always the thing that puts me in the Christmas spirit the most. And when we put up the tree, we actually put up the tree pretty early this year. Usually we don't do it until the week of Christmas. We're just those types of people. But since, we're home a lot more often, we had more time to put it up earlier this year. Okay, number 3, gift traditions that you started. I didn't really start any gift traditions. We're not really Secret Santa, Elf on a Shelf. What's that other elephant one called? White Elephant, I think it's called. I can't remember what it's called. We don't do any of those kind of things. I wish we did some type of Secret Santa at work. I thought that would be really cute. But we didn't. So yeah. And honestly, the only tradition I can think of is that we're not those types of people that leave the Christmas presents underneath the tree until Christmas Eve. Like, we have always put them under the tree like midnight on Christmas. Like, we don't put them under the tree until then. We just have always like kept that tradition alive. Like with Santa coming and putting them under the tree at midnight, we wait until Christmas Day at like midnight to put them under the tree. So okay, so that would be a Christmas like gift tradition. It's not something I started. We've just always done it. Okay, number 4, favorite Xmas story. I would say definitely Rudolph is my favorite, and I love The Grinch. The Grinch has always been like one of the best, and Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh my God. I mean, I don't know if that was originally like a book or anything, but The Grinch is definitely like one of the best. Like my mom used to read Dr. Seuss to us almost every night when we were growing up. So we grew up with Dr. Seuss, and I think we used to always read, or she used to always read The Grinch to us before like on Christmas Eve. Okay, number 5, best Xmas gift. That's a hard one. I've gotten some really nice gifts from my boyfriend, from my mom. I would say growing up, my favorite gifts were whenever I received a Barbie. I was obsessed with Barbies, and I think my mom used to get me a Barbie collectible one because I used to collect them and display them up here. When I finally move out of my parents' house, I will have a display case of all of my Barbie dolls in like, you know, like a dining room or something, in like a display case. But yes, I was definitely so excited every single year when I would receive a new Barbie, especially a Barbie collectible, because they were a little bit expensive, but any type of doll, I would get so excited. I was obsessed with dolls. I would say my favorite gift that I've gotten in the past like 5 years, it was definitely the Michael Kors bag that my boyfriend got me like a few years back. I love that bag so much. It's like this beautiful black leather crossbody. I love it so much. And then he also got me a Tiffany necklace like 2 years ago. That's definitely one of my favorite gifts. And he also got me the matching earrings. So that was definitely like my favorite out of everything that he's gotten me. That Tiffany necklace and earrings. I love it so much. And then my mom, I mean, she always gets me stuff like throughout the year. I mean, I'm a full grown adult now, so I've been mostly getting my own stuff now. But I think the best gift that she gave me was, she always gets me a perfume, or she gets me like clothing or something that I've been really wanting, or she's gotten me a handbag. So I would say that, you know, everything from my mom is pretty much a favorite. She gets me some really good gifts, so I can't really pinpoint my favorite. Maybe I would say a car, but I usually get that during like August, so yeah. Okay, so number 6, how did you find out about Santa? I think I found out, does that mean like how you found out Santa wasn't a thing, or because it just says how you found out about Santa. It doesn't say like, that's a little bit of a complicated question. So how you found out about Santa? I found out about Santa probably when I was like really young, like when I was 5 or 6 years old at least. I mean, I can't really remember exactly how I found out. So I would say like I just found out by, you know, hearing Christmas, whatever. Like my mom used to always say that they would celebrate Christmas when they were growing up, and they were all Jewish, but they would still do Christmas. But she would always tell me that they would, you know, put a tree. I probably just asked like one day, like, why do we put up a Christmas tree? Like, what is this? And then like she told me. So, I would say I found out that Santa isn't a thing around, I think around 12 or 13. I definitely grew up thinking Santa was real, but I I think like 12 or 13 is like kind of the turning point age where you're becoming like older. Like it's like right smack in the middle of you start to question things that might not be something that's actually real. But you know, my mom kept up the spirit of it for most of our childhood, so, or basically all of our childhood. So that's how I found, and I think I forgot how I did. I mean, I think some kids in school said, Santa isn't real, and like the disbelief of it really is like a very hard thing to go through when you're growing up. It's like I was like, "What do you mean he's not real?" Like I was so upset, but like eventually the realness sinks in, but that's how I found out, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Number 7, weirdest or worst Christmas gift. I wouldn't say I really have received too many bad Christmas gifts at all. Um, and even if I did say which one was bad, I kind of feel bad about saying like who gave it to me, because it's like, what if they watch the video? Like, I don't want them to feel bad. But I've never really received like bad gifts. I would say maybe sometimes people, what disappoints me, like I still like the gift and I will use it, and I usually 99% of the time don't return gifts, because these people have put so much thought into, I mean, some people don't, and that's what kind of upsets me more, is when people don't put as much thought into a gift for me as I would do for them. That's what upsets me more, because like I think that I'm a good gift giver. I really like know what people like, and I know that they're going to be happy with it, because I like always like really think about like what they would like, or I really take the time to just look at everything, because I'm that type of person that I got to look at everything in one store before I pick out something that I know they'll really like. So, and that's what I think that would be the only thing that like upsets me. I would never like call anything like a weird or bad Christmas gift, because like I don't mind getting gag gifts. I think they're hilarious. So yeah, that's what I would say for that question. Okay, number 8. Traditional Xmas breakfast. We usually always make either pancakes or French toast. My favorite breakfast is French toast, and usually we only really make it on Christmas. But yeah, French toast is definitely my all-time favorite breakfast on Christmas morning. So we always make French toast, or if we don't have any challah or thicker bread to make French toast, we'll make pancakes. So those are always the 2 things we'll make. Okay, number 9, Fave Xmas smell, and then of course we'll all have our morning coffee and stuff. My Fave Xmas smell is definitely smelling the food the day before. That's my favorite thing on Thanksgiving as well, but excuse me, ever since we got a slow cooker, it is just like, it puts you in the mood for Thanksgiving and Christmas like so much. Like when we cook something overnight, I think we're gonna make roast beef and my mom's gonna slow cook it in the slow cooker. Just the smell of that just makes you really in the Christmas mood, like just smelling that all over the house. It's like, we don't burn candles in my house, so when you smell it, it's just like the best smell is smelling up the house with like that gravy seasoning smell, and it smells so good. Oh my god. Okay, and then I would say like peppermint, anything like candy cane smell. I love that. And my favorite like Xmas smell for me is the rose jam and Twilight bath gels from Lush. Rose jam has always been like one of my all-time favorites, and I would pick that up every single year. It smells amazing. And then the Twilight bath gel, those are like my 2 all-time favorites. So when I use those like on Christmas Eve and like Christmas morning, oh, it smells so good. Okay, number 10, worst part about Xmas. There is a couple of things I don't love about Christmas. One is the obnoxious, annoying shoppers. 2 is working in retail during Christmas. And 3 is, there was one more. Just shopping in general during Christmas. It's a nightmare. So I would say the annoying shoppers, meaning like people do not know how to walk in a mall. You could be walking, you're one person, you're walking, and there could be 3 people lined up like this, all walking next to each other, and none of them will move just a tiny bit over so they could walk, so you could walk and they could walk like past you. People are always like trying to like walk right into you, and I'm just like, why is it I mean, yeah, I understand I'm one person, so I'll try to move for like more than 2 or 3 people. But like usually like one person will be like annoying. They'll be annoying, but like when it's like a swarm of people, it's like, God forbid you get around them. And then working in retail, like you're always going to have like a difficult customer. That just comes with working in retail for so long, and it's just crazy, but at least it's busy. It's definitely been the busiest this time of year. Black Friday was terrible, like was not busy at all. And then 3 would be, what did I say? Worst part about Xmas? I'm drawing a blank. Hold on. The last thing is shopping. I mean, I did all of my Christmas shopping yesterday, but since it was the Saturday before Christmas, the mall was kind of crazy. But I just wanted to get it over with since I was already at the mall, and I didn't want to like go after work tomorrow because I want to see my boyfriend tomorrow. And then Tuesday and Wednesday I'm working at night, so I just wanted to get it done yesterday, but it's just like so chaotic. So I would say those are definitely the 3 worst things. Okay. Number 11, Fave Xmas candle scent. I don't really have one because, again, I don't really burn candles in my house. Also, regarding number 10, I know Mary said she hates like cleaning for Christmas. I don't mind cleaning at all. I actually really like cleaning. It's such a satisfying feeling for me because like if I could, I would clean as much as I could if I had the time. I would be cleaning most of the time, but most of the time when I'm off or when I'm home, I just want to sit and watch like shows and movies with my mom and my brother. So, yeah. Okay, number 12, funniest Xmas memory. I mean, like it's so hard for me to remember these things sometimes. Definitely like the troll gifts that my boyfriend gets me every year. Those are hilarious. Like I love those. They make me laugh so hard. They're hilarious. Funniest Xmas memory. I don't really have one, honestly. I mean, it's kind of funny to me now. I'll just share this one story. So well, I guess that would have been part of question 4, Fave Xmas story. So now I'm kind of answering that one too, like my own personal story. Is that, I mean, it's not really exactly a favorite story of mine. I just find it funny now. So my sister's birthday is New Year's. So you can imagine that my sister would always get like really good gifts for Christmas and for New Year's. So one year, me and my sister both got Game Boy Colors from our parents. And I thought since my mom had gotten my brother a PS1, because me and my family, me and my brother and my sister all grew up on PS1. That's how old we are. And I was like, okay, like we used to share the PS1. My brother would play it the majority of the time. Like me and my sister really wouldn't play 1-player games, but we would play like the 2-player games with him like all the time. I was thinking that my sister wasn't going to get it. I mean, my mom was talking about getting Samantha a PS1. And I think initially she had told me that she didn't. And then she got her a PS1 for New Year's for her birthday. And I was like so mad. I was like, are you serious? And then like I used to count the presents when I was little. And I said like, why is it that Samantha has one more present than me? Like I was such a bitch. But yeah. So yeah. It was just like things that was so stupid, and now I'm just like I could care less if someone gets me something or not. But you know, it's just the thought that counts as you get older. So, okay. Number 13, gift traditions you grew up with. Like I said, we usually put the gifts under the tree at midnight, and that's pretty much our gift tradition. And then we don't open presents until Christmas morning. We used to do, I think, like one gift on like Christmas Eve, like a small little something. But my brother's like really adamant about us opening on Christmas. He doesn't really like when we open up presents on Christmas Eve. So I'm like, okay, like, so we've stuck with that for a long time, so. Okay, number 14, favorite Xmas decoration. It's obviously the tree. We only really put up a tree. We don't, I mean, I love all the lights. I love, like, looking at people's houses with all these, like, beautiful lights. I mean, it's gorgeous. I love it. But it would definitely be the tree in our house. Number 15, Fave Xmas, like we used to put Christmas tree lights up, sorry. We used to put the icicles up when those were like a big trend, like 10 or 15 years ago. We used to put those icicles up every year. And then we had blue lights for like one of the small trees, like right outside my sister's room. We used to put like blue lights on there, and it was so pretty with the white and the blue. Kind of like Hanukkah colors, but we don't do that anymore. We just put the Christmas tree up and have like that like shine through the window so you can kind of see it when you come home and stuff. Okay, number 15, Fave Xmas movie. Of course, there's a bunch of good holiday classic movies. My favorite, I think my all-time favorite is definitely The Santa Claus. Me, my mom, and my brother and my sister used to watch that one every single year. We haven't watched it in a couple of years now. As we've gotten older, we have started watching It's a Wonderful Life almost every single year, which of course is one of the best also. I think we watched The Grinch like 2 years ago, but like those three are like our most watched Christmas films. Between the three of us, like those are like our top three. But I kind of really want to watch The Santa Claus again this year. I also love Home Alone 1 and 2. Christmas Vacation's hilarious, and I'm finally going to watch like some other, and Elf is fantastic. So there's a lot of great ones, but Santa Claus is definitely our all-time favorite as like a family, but it's like my favorite. I just love Tim Allen. I think he's just hilarious, and he was just perfect. Like, I loved him in that movie. Okay, number 16, Fave holiday drink. I mean, usually I'm drinking wine and whatever my dad is serving, because my dad is a big wine connoisseur. So he always like has me try like a bunch of different wines, and he usually knows what I like. But usually I'm just drinking like a Pinot Grigio or a Pinot Gris or like a Chardonnay or something like that. But there is a really, really good Christmas drink that they had at the meatball place like a couple of years ago. It was like a Christmas martini, and I think it had like strawberry. I don't know if it was strawberry or some type of fruit flavor, but it was so good. So that was definitely like one of my favorites. I got it like so many times during like the Christmas season, like 2 years ago. Oh my God, it was so good. Okay, I'm not really a big eggnog person or anything like that. I mean, I probably could do like rum and eggnog or something, who knows. But I've never really like been a fan of eggnog. Okay, and of course like hot cocoa. I mean, it doesn't have to be an alcoholic drink. Hot cocoa is definitely one of my favorites to have on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Oh, so good. Excuse me. Okay, we have a few more to go. Number 17, what was Xmas like growing up? Honestly, I could never say that we didn't have a good Christmas growing up. We were very privileged, lucky kids. My mom and my dad would get us, you know, a lot of gifts, and we've always been very privileged to receive like basically everything we would ask for, and we are just extremely grateful and lucky to have that, because I know a lot of a lot of parents would struggle with getting their kids like even just one thing that they want, because they would have to work like 3 double shifts in order for them to get like just one present that they really wanted. So we were very, very privileged to just be able to have amazing Christmases every year. So I'm just so thankful. Okay, number 18. We used to go to my uncle's house like Christmas Day sometimes, but we don't really do that anymore. We did that when we were like growing up, but we don't do that anymore, especially during the pandemic. We can't really do that right now. But we haven't really talked to them in a long time, but we're not talking about anything negative. Okay, number 18, stay in pajamas or dress up. To be honest, when I was growing up, we would just stay in our pajamas for most of the day until like 2 or 3 o'clock. I think it would be the one day that my mom would let us stay in our pajamas and we wouldn't have to get dressed right away, because obviously we didn't have to get ready for school or anything like that. Growing up, I stay in my pajamas till about 12 or 12:30 in the morning. I mean, in the afternoon. And then I get ready and I go to my boyfriend's house. I go to my boyfriend's house every Christmas Day. He comes over for Thanksgiving and then I go over his house for Christmas. Okay, but then I'll like sometimes wear something nice, but the past couple of years I just haven't, worn anything too nice now. Because every time I would be like overdressed coming over his house. I mean, I'd wear like a nice sweater and like black boots and like a red lippy. And I was like, I don't need to do this much work. So I'll just wear like my grandma's Christmas sweater now every year. And I'll just wear jeans and Uggs. Because I'd just rather be comfortable because no one else is dressing up besides me. Okay, number 19, Fave Xmas craft. I would say my favorite Xmas craft would be baking, because we don't really like craft anything. We used to like make homemade Christmas cards, like me and my sister. We used to decorate that kind of stuff. And I think we made like when we were really little, we made like Christmas ornaments. I mean, I would love to do that again. But I would definitely say baking. I love to bake. I'm much more of a passionate baker than cooking something. I just love baking. So I've been trying to get better and better at it every Thanksgiving and Christmas. I don't really bake normally like when it's not a holiday. I probably should do that more, but I just don't have the time. Okay. Number 20, Fave line in an Xmas movie. One of the best is the part where the Grinch goes out on the mountain and he no, not on the mountain, I think in the cave that he lives in the Jim Carrey version, and he says, I'm an idiot, you're an idiot. So that part's just hilarious. And then I love the part where he talks on his answering. I don't know why it froze. He says, if you need to leave a message, leave a or like it's something like that, and it's just such a funny part. So those are like my 2 favorite parts in the movie. And then there's also one part in the Santa Claus where like Tim Allen is trying to order the like eggnog drink from Denny's, because he burns the Christmas turkey that he makes for him and his son, because his ex-wife lets Tim Allen have his son for Christmas this year, because he usually spends it with his mom and his like stepfather to be. And there's like one part where he like is really sarcastic about like her not having the drink, and she's like, oh, he's like, of course you're out. And it's just like, it's so funny because he says like, I'll have this drink, eggnog, and then she's like, we're out. And it's just so funny. And then I love, there was one I was just thinking of, and now I can't remember it. Oh, Lordy. Why do I always spill water everywhere? Also, I loved Muppets Christmas Carol. That's one of my favorites, too. As far as Christmas movies go. But I was just thinking about one, and now I can't remember what it was. I have the worst memory. But yeah, those are like my favorite parts in those movies. Okay. And I love Nightmare Before Christmas. That's another great Christmas movie, too. Okay, number 21. Fave Xmas treat, definitely candy canes, hands down favorite. and any type of like Christmas chocolate, but candy canes have always been my favorite. And then anything that we bake, I also love Christmas cookies. So my grandma used to make, my dad's mother used to make the most amazing Christmas cookies, and when we couldn't see her for Christmas, she would send us like a whole box every year, and oh my god, they were so amazing. Best Christmas cookies ever. Like, we haven't been able to replicate how good they are because they were just amazing. Okay, number 22, Xmas Eve tradition. I would just say we usually just have Christmas dinner together, me, my dad, my mom, and my brother. We make like usually a roast beef, or we'll have like seafood, or for a couple of years we were doing Christmas ham. But for the last like year or two, we've been doing roast beef. So yeah, that's basically it. And then we just play Christmas music, and then we'll watch like a Christmas movie, and we'll usually watch like Santa Claus, or we'll watch The Grinch, and then we'll save It's a Wonderful Life for Christmas Day. Okay, number 23, rename a reindeer. I mean, there's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donald, Blitzen. Now I remember which line was my favorite, like my all-time favorite Christmas line in a movie. Jingle All the Way is one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies, too. I cannot believe I almost forgot to mention it. But it's the part where Sinbad is holding the package in the radio station, and he's like, "This is an explosive. There's a highly explosive device in this package," and then it like blows up. And he didn't know, and then he like runs out of the room after it explodes, after he throws it on the floor, and he goes like, sick people, and it's just so funny. So, and I love when Arnold Schwarzenegger is saying like, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donald, Blitzen, like, it's so funny. I would probably rename Blitzen, because, you know, it's always had like a sexual reference to it. So maybe I would name it like, I don't know, I'm just so bad at this shit. Maybe like Remy after my dog. I would name it Remy. I think that'd be cute. But I feel like they just flow so well that it's like, I don't know. I feel like all the names are so cute. So yeah, that would be my name. I know, that's terrible. Okay, 2 more. If you could spend I'm getting really hungry. I gotta go. If you could spend Xmas anywhere, where would it be? It would be right here. I don't need to go traveling anywhere. I mean, it would be lovely to spend Christmas in like a tropics place like Hawaii, or like the Caribbean. And so I was going to say the Caribbean, but it's the same thing. But I just feel like that doesn't put me in the holiday spirit. I would love to spend it like in like a ski resort or something, and like a cabin with my boyfriend. That would be really nice. But right here is definitely like, I would not want to be anywhere else. Of course, I want to spend it at home. Okay, number 25. I kind of already answered this question. When do you put up your Xmas tree? Like I said, we usually don't put it up till the week of Christmas. Like, probably today was when we would have put it up, or like tomorrow or Tuesday. But again, since we had so much time to do it this year, we put it up like a week ago, but usually we don't put it up until like this week. And then we don't take it down until usually right after January 1st, like the day after New Year's is over. Then we take it down. We don't like keeping it up all through January. We usually just keep it up like 2 or 3 weeks in December, and then we take it down. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tag video. If you guys want to do this one, please just feel free to do it. Again, I will leave both Mary and Rupi in the description box below, so you guys can please go check them out. I love you guys. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram so we can chat and get to know each other. And I am getting slowly to 500 subscribers. I just want to thank all the people that have subscribed to my channel the past couple of weeks. I think I've gained 30 subscribers in the past week or two, so I think that's amazing. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I just really want to get to 500 subscribers so I could do a holiday giveaway for you guys. So I love you guys. Bye, and Merry Christmas.